taking you off the board.
Give it your best shot, soldier.
It'll be right between the eyes.
Fight!
What is going on, everybody? It's theRealKaaayle, and I am back with more MK11 content. And Sir Boone dropped another character trailer for us, like he promised, like he said yesterday. 9 a.m. sharp Eastern Standard Time. So here we are with the Rambo trailer. I'm here to break it down for you guys. Let's talk about the things that he can do. And I am pleased to confirm, well, we still have to see, like, you know, when the game comes out. But based on this trailer, he is not a zoner. He does not look like a zoning character at all. He does have projectiles, but he doesn't seem like he has a bunch of projectiles. Certainly not RoboCop, and definitely not someone like, definitely not more than a zoner than, like, let's say, like Scarlet or something, you know, like, definitely a very set up grappler type character, and they even described him like that. Wow, so a lot of the people were like, well, this is just another character with guns. You guys are wrong. So let's talk about what Rambo could do in MK11. So, first things first. Sorry guys, I'm using my phone. I have my phone on notes. So, yeah. So, first things first that I noticed is he has this move. Now, I'm very excited about this move. I want to know more about it when they break him down this Wednesday. It looks kind of like a meterless combo extender. Because if you really look at the way Cabal is moving, he's still recovering from these attacks. These moves where he's stabbing the opponent in the gut. He's still recovering. And I can't really tell what this is. Is this an attack throw? Is this a command grab? Is this just another special move? Because this looks very, like, active. At least, like, Rambo has to be, like, plus. He looks pretty plus in this animation. Cabal is still, like, staggering, and, you know, he's still in that hit stun animation. And he's able to get a drop kick on Cabal afterwards, and he's still in that animation when you really take a close look at it. I know the trailer, they kind of drag it out a bit to make sure, you know, the person playing Rambo could get ready for the next move. But it looks pretty plus. So I'm wondering, I want to know what that move is. Maybe that's going to be like a way to begin combos for Rambo and keep his damage unbreakable, which is very, very important in MK11. So we see, I think his basic projectile is going to be his arrows. So it's very similar to like what Night Wolf can do already in the game. It looks like it's just going to be a standard high projectile. And yeah, so that's it. His projectile is not like a M16 or, you know, the M60. The projectile is the bow and arrow. Smart. Awesome. But then we see later, he does this sliding maneuver where he hits low on the opponent, sweeps the legs, and then he amplifies it, and it causes a crush. So, this kind of reminds me of like that Sonya sweep, that like leg takedown move that she has. That kind of reminds me of that. I wonder how this crushes. So you can see that, you know, Rambo did punish like a high attack that the opponent did. He sweeps their leg, amplifies it, and crushes. Maybe it's for punishing a projectile. Maybe it's a counter hit, punish, crush, and blow. Maybe it's for not blocking low like Sonya. So we'll have to see. But the opponent was doing something. So looks like a good way for getting in and punish like projectiles up close. So watch your feet against Rambo. Next we see his this is like this snare attack type of maneuver. We're gonna get back to this as well. He looks like he's, I can't really tell what this is. It looks like he's kind of like throwing some type of like snare at the opponent. Has pretty big range. It probably is low hitting. It looks like it's a low, causes a decent knockdown, and it has some decent range. It kind of looks like a Rambo might be a mix-up character with a couple of some of the strings that we see him do. I won't be surprised if some of those strings have overheads in them. We can kind of just mix you up as well. So this character is going to be deadly online, y'all. But next, we see something that got me really excited. He has the rope snare. He has like the entanglement ability. So I'm glad that they have this ability. We can't tell if you can get anything off of it, because I'm hoping that there's an amplified version of this where he keeps the opponent suspended in the air so you can go in for a combo. Kind of similar to how like Mystic Ermac did in MKX. But is this a low? We don't know. I'm hoping this has some like real cool setup potential. This move looks great. And if this is like one of the big ways to extend combos or even trap the opponent, that's gonna be awesome. I like the animation for it too, especially when he doesn't. When I guess if let's say if there is an amplified version that extends it, he kind of just cuts the opponent down with the rope. That looks very cool, very creative stuff, NRS. But next we got the Call of Duty or the Battlefield or the Arma, the prone crawl. So he just gets really low to the ground. His stomach is on the ground. He's crawling towards the opponent, and I think he's just gonna low profile everything. So high projectiles are gonna miss. Even mids are gonna whiff on this guy. So he's really low to the ground. Don't be surprised if maneuvers like Kitana's Amplified Fan or Nightwolf's Lightning Arrow is gonna whiff on this move. This is gonna be a great way to avoid that. And you can see it crushing blows on the opponent when he gets in and he does an attack. I think this is probably gonna crush when you cover the max distance from the prone crawl. Like after a certain distance, you'll get crush if you land the opponent, or maybe for punishing the opponent for doing something. So it looks really cool. The move looks brutal. I thought this is a pretty creative maneuver. Imagine like doing like a knockdown on somebody and doing a prone crawl on them and then catching them. That would be pretty hype. That's pretty hype. Let's go on. So I thought this was very interesting too. He seems to have a meterless launching combo string because he pops the opponent up and gets a extension off of it. He converts off of it, and it looks pretty cool. You know, meterless launching combo strings. That's pretty good. You know, that's kind of rare in MK11 in itself. So if that's one of his main ways for comboing. It seems like a lot of the setup characters kind of have something like that. Like Joker has a meterless launching combo string, and Rambo seems like he's gonna have one too. So I think this definitely kind of does indicate Rambo being more of a setup character rather than spending bar to extend combos. But he does like this nice maneuver after the combo string when he converts. When he pretty much grabs the opponent, he puts them over his knee, and he stabs them in the gut with the knife. This could be like his main combo ender. I think this might be it. It doesn't really seem like anything you would use this anything else than like a combo ender. I wouldn't be surprised on Amplify. You can see it has more hits, so more damage. It's also side switching. Amplify keeps the opponent closer to you, so you could continue pressure, maybe set the opponent up for something. And I won't be surprised on Amplify this causes like bleed damage if they're really gonna get creative with his gameplay like that, because he is stabbing them profusely in the gut with this with his knife. So let's see what they do with this. I think this is gonna be his combo ender. And then next, you know, so far I think all these characters are gonna have throw crushing blows. You know how we all feel about throw crushing blows, but Rando definitely he has one, and it's his forward throw. You don't know if his back throw has one, but his forward throw has one, and it looks brutal as hell. Next in the video we see he has like this roll, the skill roll or evade maneuver. This looks like a special move. Won't be surprised if this is like a maneuver where you can use it to close the distance, maybe cancel off of certain strings to make them safe, maybe cause some mix. Pretty cool. So even more ammo showing that they don't want Rambo to be a zoning character. They kind of want him to get in, mix people, do damage, set the opponent up. Pretty cool stuff. And then we see him bust out the iconic M60. It seems like a beam-like projectile because he stands very stationary and he unloads on Terminator. He did amplify it. I don't. We haven't seen like what the standard version of this is. But when we could judge it based on the amplify, he seems like he just stands at one spot. He doesn't move with it. He just unloads. He just shoots. This is probably good for chip damage as well. Probably unsafe for a move like that, but it knocks the opponent pretty far back too. So they had to add the M60. It's such a classic thing, iconic thing for a character like Rambo. And next, so this was very interesting too. Another trap-like ability, but it's sort of like a projectile. I would classify this as more like a non-traditional style projectile. So it's like the log toss. It kind of looks similar to like that rope snare move that I was talking about early in the video, but this time he amplifies it. So maybe this is the amplified version of that maneuver where he just tosses a log at you, comes in, sweeps you down. Probably does a good amount of damage, knocks the opponent away. Probably has a good knockback on it too. I wonder if you can really like delay this, use this as a setup for the opponent. But it seems like it has a pretty slow startup. I don't know if you'll be able to necessarily react to it, but it doesn't come out instantly. Like the log moves across the screen pretty fast, but the startup animation between what Rambo's doing versus like when the log comes on screen, seems kind of lengthy. And finally, we see another kind of trap for Rambo. We see the Claymore. So the Claymore, this is pretty cool too. Causes a launch when the opponent comes in contact with it. So Rambo will be able to convert if the opponent gets hit by this. I'm pretty sure that this is only going to work in front. So like if you stand behind the Claymore, it's not going to affect you. I'm pretty sure when you come into a certain distance in front of the Claymore, it's going to actually land on the opponent. So if you jump over it, you're good. But you know, this is good for baiting jumps, so maybe you can get a nice anti-air, keep the opponent out, make them afraid of it. Maybe you can use it to rush the opponent afterward because they're going to be afraid of the Claymore. Pretty cool stuff. We'll just see how, if you could really just get this down on the ground after like a launcher, or use this as like an ender and set the opponent up or something. So now we're going to talk about his fatal blow.
Finish him.
Alright, so I think this fatal blow is perfect. I love the brutality of it. I love the goriness of it. I actually winced. At this point in MK11, you're not really wincing at anything that they show like brutality and like gory wise, but I actually winced when he stabbed the arrow underneath the opponent's chin, through their mouth, up through the other side of their head. It actually looked pretty damn gruesome. And you know, the blade attacks, the blood, amazing. Great stuff, NRS. Now let's talk about that fatality. So this fatality was perfect. Honestly perfect. I love everything that set up to it. The whole vine trap, impale with the throat rip was just godlike. Absolutely godlike. Beautiful stuff. This is why Rambo belongs in this game. And I hope for people who did not know anything about Rambo are now convinced, or at least interested by this character now, because like I said, when they revealed the combat pack, Rambo belongs in MK11. Rambo belongs here because he's definitely gory, violent, and I knew that his gameplay should not just be subject to shooting a gun all the time, and we've seen that. I'm very excited. Honestly, I know you can't say it's all about the frame data. I'll always say that. It's all about the frame data and the properties of moves. But based on this, I won't be surprised if this character is top tier, y'all. I'm not even joking. I will not be surprised if they make Rambo all kinds of stupid. Like, just looking at this trailer, like, characters that move this way and have, like, these kinds of setups, along with, like, especially if they have good buttons, good strings, they're gonna excel in games like this, because a lot of people are just not gonna know how to deal with that stuff. Because setup characters, once you get them going, they're absolute nightmare. And it looks like he has a lot of tools to mix up the opponent, get in, and just really, like, he can play MK11. But, you know, like I said, it's all about that frame data. It's all about those moves property, the properties of those moves. So, let me know what you guys think about Rambo. I think this character looks insane. I'm obviously, I'm still gonna play Rain when it first drops, but I'm not sleeping on Rambo. This looks way better than Terminator and way better than RoboCop. Honestly, wow. Rambo looks sick, y'all. I'm ready to go in. I'm telling y'all, if you need to watch a movie to prepare for Rambo, watch First Blood, the first Rambo movie. I'm telling y'all, y'all won't regret it, and y'all will definitely get online and play this character. So let me know what you guys think about Rambo. Thank you all for watching. The next one is Melina. The Rambo Combat Cast is the 28th. That's my birthday, y'all, so happy birthday to me. And I'll see you guys next time. Stay real. Peace.
I'm your worst nightmare.